Two young lovers, Zinay and Avdal, from feuding families finally tie the knot, but their wedding night doesn't go as planned. Avdal returns from the front lines injured, leaving them to face family tensions, cultural traditions, and unexpected challenges to their intimacy. Can love survive when tradition and war collide? Goodnight Soldier is a heartfelt Kurdish drama full of humor, emotion, and resilience, showing that sometimes the hardest battles are the ones of the heart. The movie begins with Zine and Abdul, a young couple deeply in love. Both of them share the same dream, to get married and live a happy life together. One day, Abdul offers to drop Zine home. At that moment, Zine's neighbors see them together. Abdul signals them to stay quiet. The truth is, both of their families have been enemies for a long time. Abdul talks to his father about his mother and tells him that he wants to marry Zine. Upon hearing this, his father gets extremely angry. He says, "You are meeting the daughter of my enemy behind my back. I will never accept Zine as my daughter-in-law." On the other side, Zine's neighbor informs her father that she was seen with Abdul. Zine's father becomes furious and starts scolding her heavily. Zine tries her best to explain that she truly loves Abdul, but her father refuses to listen. He warns her that if she meets Abdul again, he will throw her out of the house. This leads to conflicts between Zine and her father as well. Abdul, being an army officer, leaves for his duty, but he constantly thinks about Zine and misses her terribly. One night, he meets his close friend, the general, who treats Abdul like his own family. Abdul shares his family problems with the general, explaining that he wants to marry Zine. While they are talking, terrorists attack them. In the chaos, Abdul protects the general, but is shot badly in the waist and falls unconscious. He is immediately rushed to the hospital. Zine arrives at the hospital, placing her head on Abdul's chest and crying, praying for his recovery. Eventually, Abdul wakes up and kisses Zine, feeling relieved. Just then, Abdul's family enters the room, making everyone uncomfortable. Zine quietly leaves. On their way home, Abdul's family runs into Zine's family, and a huge fight breaks out between them. Abdul's father warns Zine's father that if this continues, it will have serious consequences. Zine's father replies, "Take care of your own son." When Zine returns home, her brother scolds her harshly, saying, "Because of you, our family has been embarrassed. It's almost shameful enough to die over." Next, the general arrives with his team to check on Abdul. He asks how he's feeling, and the doctor reassures him Abdul is doing fine and will be discharged soon. Without wasting any time, the general goes straight to Abdul's father. He says, "Abdul loves Zine deeply. She's the right daughter-in-law for this family. Please accept their relationship." Abdul's father, a former army man himself, can't ignore the general's advice. The next day, both families meet. Tensions run high. Arguments break out. Voices rise, and everyone starts clashing. The general struggles to hold things together, but finally manages to calm them down. He turns to everyone and says, "Abdul and Zine love each other more than anything. They cannot live without one another. Stop this hatred and start a new chapter of love." He explains that their union will bring happiness to not just Abdul and Zine, but to both families and their future children. Slowly, the families let go of their anger. Abdul and Zine embrace, and everyone smiles in relief. They all agree to the wedding, and joy fills the room. Everyone is truly happy. The wedding preparations were in full swing, and finally, their wedding day arrived. Everyone at the celebration was completely mesmerized, caught up in the magic of the moment. moment. Now, it was time for Zine and Abdul's honeymoon, but there was a problem. Abdul couldn't do anything. Why? He had been shot, and the injury left him so anxious that he couldn't make Zine happy. Tension built between them, and a big argument broke out. Abdul, embarrassed, humiliated, walked away. Zine tried to follow him, but he was already gone. Heartbroken, she sat down and began to cry. Just then, Abdul's parents arrived, but instead of taking Zine to their home, they left her at her own house. A little later, Zine went to meet Abdul. The moment she saw him, emotions overwhelmed her. Her heart raced, and she almost fainted. She told him to leave. Abdul, crushed and heartbroken, started walking away. But then, Zine called out to him. "I love you so much," she said. Abdul turned, pulled her into a tight hug, and whispered, "Never leave me like that again." From that moment, Abdul took Zine home. Life finally began to move forward, slowly, happily, together. And just like that, a year passed. A year later, a celebration is held, a grand party to mark 1 year of love and togetherness. At this party, both families come together, and in the spirit of love and guidance, they suggest that the couple, Zine and Abdul, consider starting a family. Zine and Abdul look at each other. Their eyes meet and they smile. Abdul says, "We've already planned. We'll have a child next year." The room fills with happiness. Everyone is delighted, and the atmosphere is filled with blessings. The next morning, Abdul prepares to leave for work. He hugs his wife, softly whispers goodbye, and steps out into the world carrying his responsibilities. Meanwhile, Zine is at her home, her mother and Abdul's mother. They say, "Zine, go to your own house, settle down." But Abdul is not home. His absence is felt deeply. Zine stands firm, with determination in her eyes. "I'm not going anywhere," she says. "I'll stay here, waiting for my husband's return, no matter what it takes." And in that moment, her love, her patience becomes her strength. One afternoon, Zine is watching TV. Suddenly, an advertisement catches her eye. A gas station is looking for workers. The very next day, Zine decides to go. She walks into the gas station and speaks to the manager. The manager gives her a small test, and Zine passes with flying colors. She is offered the job and begins a new chapter at the gas station. That evening, Abdul comes home. Zine eagerly tells him about her new job, but Abdul frowns slightly, a hint of worry in his voice. "Are you sure you need to work? I'm earning. Isn't that enough for you?" Zine smiles softly. "No, not at all," she says. "It's not about the money. I stay home alone, and I get so bored. That's why I want to work, to keep myself busy, to stay engaged." At first, Abdul hesitates. He's not entirely convinced, but Zine stands firm, and eventually, Abdul agrees. He lets her follow her choice and supports her new journey. It's a small step, but for Zine, it's a chance to grow, to find purpose and independence, even in the comfort of her married life. The next day, Abdul drives Zine to her job at the gas station. After dropping her off, he heads straight to the doctor. With anger and confusion in his eyes, Abdul confronts the doctor. "You shot me, but why am I sick? Why is my body like this?" The doctor, terrified, hesitates, and then he confesses, I gave you the wrong treatment. That's why this is happening to you." Abdul hears this and is completely shocked. His world crumbles around him. Tears stream down his face as he realizes the truth. Zine, by his side, holds him close. She supports him every single moment, never leaving him alone through every tear, every fear. But the very next day, the news of Abdul's illness spreads through the neighborhood. Everyone mocks him, laughs at his condition. Even Zine's father finds out. He feels ashamed, embarrassed, and tells Zine, "You should leave him. He is a burden." But Zine looks at Abdul, her voice firm, her eyes filled with love. "No, I love him. Even if I had to die, I would stay by his side. I will never leave him." In that moment, Zine's love, her courage, becomes the anchor in Abdul's stormy world. Zine's father confronts Abdul right there in the middle of the street. He shames him publicly, and Abdul feels a pain so deep that it pierces his very heart. Overwhelmed with sorrow, Abdul makes a heart-wrenching decision. He resolves to leave Zine, believing that if he goes, everything will be better for her. He thinks she will forget him, move on with her life, and start a a new chapter without the burden of his illness. Abdul opens Zeen's wedding ring. He gazes at her one last time, a silent farewell, and then he walks away. Zeen enters her room and sees Abdul's ring lying there. Her heart shatters. Tears stream down her face. She cries endlessly. Days pass. Zeen continues her work when suddenly she feels unwell. She rushes to check and the news overwhelms her. She is pregnant. Joy, pure, uncontainable joy, fills her heart. She cannot stay still. She runs as fast as she can to Abdul. She tells him the news, the good news. Abdul's face lights up. His eyes shine with happiness. He embraces her tightly. A moment of love, of relief, of hope. And in that embrace, their story, their journey finds its happy ending. Zeen and Abdul's journey was full of love, heartbreak, and hope. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more stories that make you laugh, cry, and feel every emotion. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a story that will stay with you long after it ends. Share this video with your friends and family because every heart deserves to feel this love. Thank you for being part of this journey.